so much. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys. First of all, thank you so much. Okay, for coming on board. This is our usual Tuesday presentation. I have not really done much changes to the slide. I think I'm going to redesign back the slide. Probably not sometimes this month or so, but nevertheless, all the information we need is actually intact. Okay, in the slide. But I just want to those of you who did not join the AMA session. And if you really want to understand about the features of the new strategy, all right, you have to watch the AMA session, okay? Because I've explained actually in detail, okay, about some of those strategy that is different compared to the previous algorithm that we had, okay? So just take note of that, okay? All right, now, first thing first, okay, as I always mention, right? Whatever program that you are going to be part of it, you need to know the positioning of the company. So here, basically, the company is none other than JD Wealth Maker, right? Now, JD Wealth Maker is a financial technology, decentralized finance software development company. So our focus is to actually develop softwares or to source product that is related to decentralized finance. That is what we do. All right. Now, please understand when I say decentralized, there are also centralized. Now, centralized finance are basically the banking institution, the financial institution. The decentralized finance, these are basically non-financial institution. Okay, please understand that. These are non-banking, right? So they provide decentralized finances, solutions, all right, which is completely different because it's related with blockchain technology, cryptos, and so on, which the normal banking don't want to actually provide. But now the trend is changing, right? A lot of the banks are now going to also, if they don't change, they have to change by default, right? So that's why they are now forced to actually adopt the decentralized finance into their banking and so on. So the whole thing is changing. Now, the other thing, please understand, right? JD Wealth Maker is not an MLM company. We are a software development company, so we don't provide you with a fixed ROI programs and so on, like other platforms and so on. So please understand that. So if you are here for a fixed ROI program, you are in the wrong place, because this is where you actually earn from the real market. Okay, real market, because our bots are trading in the real market where you can see the real trading. You can actually, check the analysis. You can do anything you want to, but it's a real trading taking place in your own device. Okay, please take note of that. So now, please understand, at the moment we have two products, okay, or two brands. So the brainchild of JD Wealth Maker is JDXBOT, which is our flagship product. All right, and also we have newly introduced the copy trading, which is the JDX Copy Master. Now, temporarily, the JDX Copy Master is not open to the private partners yet, okay, because we are waiting to close the Ethereum position. Once the Ethereum is closed, then I will open to everyone else, okay, who want to be part of JDX Copy Master. Okay, so till then, please be patient, because we can't rush the market. All right, we can only wait patiently for the market to reverse for us to close. But JDXBOT is available. Anyone can actually come on board. As long as someone has invited you, you can actually do so, right? So this is important. Now, please understand that our mandate, okay, our ultimate mandate is to empower ordinary people to generate extraordinary income. That is what we want to do. So any products or any software solution that we are introducing, our goal is to empower ordinary people to generate extraordinary income, right? So that's the goal. Now, let me introduce to you the flagship product, JDXBOT, which is basically an industry-first, fully autonomous crypto futures algo trading bot. All right. Now, JDXBOT is a third-party exchange-based API commission software as a service. So that simply means that if you want to be part of JDXBOT, you need to register or sign up with an exchange, with our partners exchange. Okay, so that means that you have your own exchange, you control your own fund, you manage your own fund, you can deposit, you can withdraw because we don't have control over your fund. Isn't that awesome? So then you need to bind your API with our software. And once you bind the API, JDXBOT will take care of your trading 100% autonomous without human intervention. So all that you need to do is to make sure you have allocated the required fund based on the standard requirement for this bot to run. That is it. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you step by step as we go along this presentation. Okay, now please understand, in the high-speed world of cryptocurrency trading, where volatility can make or break fortunes, JDXBOT stands as a revolutionary trading system, right? Engineered to protect capital first and generate consistent, sustainable profit. Now, backed by over 15 years of hands-on expertise in futures and leverage crypto trading, and powered by a tested and proven algorithm since 2023, when we did the beta testing, JDXBOT sets a global standard for smart, resilient, and profitable crypto trading. So this is what JDXBOT is all about. Okay, so it's not something that we just came about and we copied what other. No. There is no such strategy anywhere you can find outside there as how we are doing it. Okay, you can go and check it out. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, watch the AMA session we did last week, right? Because then you understand how the algorithm or the strategy been developed, okay, into this JDXBOT algorithm. Okay, so please take note of that. Now, these are important features, right? Or important, unique advantages of JDXBOT. Number one, as I mentioned, right, our user have 100% control of their fund. I think this is the most important criteria. So that's the reason why we want to make sure that you control your fund. Right? So you do not need to put it to the third party. You don't have to give the fund to me to trade. No, nothing. Everything is done in your own exchanges, right? So this is important, all right? Because we don't want you to actually, have any kind of risk and so on. So you actually in control of your own fund, all right? That's the most important thing, all right? Now, the other thing is that it's 100% autopilot, and our bot runs 24/7 anytime, anywhere, all right? It doesn't matter. You can be in any part of the world, the bot is still running, okay? But please understand that, okay? We have the strategy being tested. We know how the strategy works, but we also have the market situation. Sometimes the market can be non-volatile, so you have to wait, okay? So you can't force the market into the strategy, okay? So please understand that. No matter how good the strategy is, we also have an uncontrollable factor, which is the market. All right. But when the market is volatile, you start to see a lot of the profit. When the market is non-volatile, moving sideways, everyone has to wait patiently. Okay. So this is important because this is real trading. All right. So please understand that. Now, there is 100% transparency of live trades and results at your fingertips. So when you have an exchange, you have an app. So through that app, you can actually view all the trading that is taking place live. And not only that, you can even actually view the trading analysis. So you can look at, the win rate. You can look at the P&L ratio. So there is no way we can alter this result because you are basically engaged with a third party, which is the exchange. The exchange doesn't belong to us. Okay, that's the reason why we make sure that we partner with a third party to make sure there is full transparency. All right, so you have a dedicated, trading, information which is unaltered, okay, the non-altered by anyone, okay. I think that's most important, right? Now, it is a tested and proven winning strategy built by real traders. So most of you know me very, very well. I have been in this futures trading since 2009, okay? So it is not something that is new. It is based on this hands-on expertise, right? About 15 years of expertise that actually been built into the algorithm. So today, you don't have to be learning, you don't have to come to my mentorship class to learn how to trade, right? Because now everything is already put into the algorithm. All that you need is acquire the subscription. You acquire you subscribe to the software, connect your software through API, and let the bot runs autonomously 100%. Okay, isn't that awesome, right? Now, it is safe, reliable, and compliance trading platform. So that the third-party exchange that you're going to register and do KYC, okay, is a safe and compliant. This is very, very important. So one of the important thing also is that your funds are protected. So in case, if there is any kind of abnormalities or any kind of, hacking or whatever, right? You don't have to worry because there is one-to-one protections of your fund and so on. Okay. Now, last but not least, JDXBOT offers one of the highest profit sharing in the industry with instant settlements of profit. So every time the bot closes, you will see your profit in your spot account instantly. All right, instantly. You don't need to wait. All right, you don't have to wait. Number two, you also have the referrals, right? I think we allocate about 30%, okay, for the referrals, level 1, 20%, level 2, 10%. So you can introduce, okay, and you can enjoy that referral income that is coming from the subscription fees and so on, okay? So as I mentioned to you, right, our focus is people. We want to empower ordinary people to generate extraordinary income. So we are doing everything possible, okay, but nevertheless, okay, before profit, always remember, okay, the safeguarding part of the capital, that is our priority, right? Now, these advantages make JDXBOT an appealing choice for individuals seeking automated crypto trading solution with transparency, accessibility, and history of success all at an affordable initial cost. Okay, so hang on there. I will share with you what is the startup cost, that you need to get ready and so on, so that you can, start to get your bot activated and start to earn, autonomously and passively, right? That is the important part. Now, please make sure, okay, that you are clear. There are important entities that are involved, okay? Now, there are two important entities here that you must really understand. Number one is BitGet. Now, BitGet is our official partner, okay? So BitGet is an exchange. So you can use our referral link, right? This is our company referral link to register for an account with BitGet. Now, once you register an account with BitGet, please make sure you also register an account with JDXBOT. Now, for you to register with JDXBOT, please make sure you refer to the person who introduced you, get their referral link for you to actually register an account. Don't use, okay? Don't just go in and register because it's not allowed. You can't go to our website to sign up because there is no sign up button. At the moment, it is only open for private partners. So if you are connected to our private partners who are already on board, then you can get a referral link from them and sign up, okay? Because we want to make sure that you are guided properly. So if you have somebody above you, they can actually guide you exactly what needs to be done, okay? That is important. Now, when it comes to BitGet, there are few important activities, okay? So you need to sign up with BitGet. And thereafter, right, you need to do KYC. This is important, okay? So KYC is an identity verification, only level 1. So it's very simple. So please understand, guys, if you don't do KYC or if your KYC is disapproved, okay, if you fail your KYC, you cannot be part of JDXBOT. So do not sign up for JDXBOT until you first have signed up with BitGet and your KYC is approved. Okay, there are countries. Okay, there are countries that are not permitted to be part of BitGet. Okay, you cannot join JDXBOT. Okay, such as US. I think there are a few of the continent in Canada and so on. Okay, so these are all sanctioned country. All right, so if the sanctioned country BitGet does not accept, we will not accept you either. Please take note. So we are highly compliant. Okay, whatever we are doing is highly compliant. We just don't want to bring people because we want to make money. Making money is secondary. Okay, compliance, regulatory, safeguarding our users' capital is the most important priority. Okay, please take note. Now, once you have already approved the KYC, then you can create an API and bind with JDXBOT. Okay, so to do that, you need to make sure that you sign up with JDXBOT. All right. So you need to sign up, you need to verify your email, and then proceed to authenticate your two-factor authentication. And then you purchase the strategy plan. Okay, so this is where you have the subscription, which I will explain to you shortly in the next slide. So once you have already purchased your subscription, then you can proceed to do the API binding. And once the API binding completed, now you can fund your strategy wallet. Now, this is where the profit sharing. Remember, there are 75-25 profit sharing. 75 goes to our partner. All right, 25 will be deducted automatically from your strategy wallet. So you will have a strategy wallet separately. It's a smart contract in JDXBOT back office. So this is where you have to maintain certain amount, okay, of fund for the deduction of the 25% of the strategy of the strategy fees. Okay, please take note. Now, then you need to fund your main futures account in BitGet. So in BitGet, please, okay, be attentive, okay, to these two accounts. Okay, you got the main account and you have the sub account. Okay, I will explain to you what is the difference between these two accounts later on, but you need to fund your main account. You also need to fund your sub account. This is a requirement. Okay, if you cannot follow the requirement, don't be part of JDXBOT. Okay, please understand that. And finally, once all these requirements are met, your bot will be activated and it will be running autonomously. Okay, now please understand that we have three strategies that we offer. So we have USDT strategy, we have USDC, and also we have BTC strategy, or we call this as three bots. Okay, so you got USDT bot, USDC bot, and BTC bot. Now please understand all this, right? You are going to earn in this native currency. Okay, so if you have a BTC bot, you will earn BTC. So now some of you, right, may be thinking, oh, I want to buy BTC now is 112,000, right? It's so expensive, right? You don't have to buy, right? You can actually earn BTC through JDXBOT. Can you see that? You can earn USDC through JDXBOT. So this is a powerful opportunity, powerful solution, that you actually have in order for you to earn this kind of asset. All right. So now, I think this is going to be one of the most important slides that I want every one of you to understand. And this is what makes JDXBOT unique, all right, or completely different than any of those bots you can find outside there. All right. Now, one of the important thing when it comes to trading is the wallet management strategy. Now, this is where a lot of the traders actually get their fund liquidated because they don't have proper wallet management strategy. Now, please understand, okay? When it comes to JD Wealth Maker style of trading, is all about like going into the war zone. That in the war zone, there is a red army and a green army. So you got the red candle and the green candle. So when you are in the war zone, the most important thing is all about how you manage your ammunition or your bullet. You don't go into the battlefield and keep shooting everyone and waste your bullet. Then you need to surrender in the midst of the war, or probably you will get shot and dead. Okay, so the wallet management is critical. All right, and this is one of the reasons why none of JDXBOT so far got liquidated, because we have a proper wallet management in place. Now let me explain to you how the wallet management works, and then you will understand why you need the main account and the sub account. Okay, please be attentive. All right, now JDXBOT employ a dynamic risk mitigation system that actively manages the interaction between users' main futures account and sub account to safeguard users' position. All right. Now, if you look into this image, right, we have the main futures account and we have the sub account. Now, this is a very important, information that I want you to understand. Okay. Now, for JDXBOT, each of the bot or each of the strategy, right, the minimum funding for your main futures account is $200. So if you acquire, let's say, USDT bot, your main futures account must have minimum 200 or more, or else your bot will not get activated. All right. So minimum is 200 or more. You can do 300, you can do 500, it's up to you. We don't control that because it is your own fund in your own Bitget account, but you must have minimum 200. So now, example, right? Let me just take for an example. This main account, the base available balance is 200. Now, if the main account is 200, then the sub account must be minimum 50% of the main account. So if it is 200, then your sub account must be funded with $100. Now, please understand, okay, this is a minimum requirement. We always advise you if you can put 1-to-1. If you put 200 in your main, you put 200 in your sub. That will be awesome. Okay, because if the market go against you, right, or in the midst of the battle, you have a lot more bullets, okay, for you to basically walk out victoriously. All right, so that's why having a sufficient sub-account balance, okay, or abundant sub-account balance is always the best, especially if you are busy, you are working, and you don't have time to watch the board and so on, then make sure you have sufficient fund, okay? So I hope this is clear. Now, how does the wallet management strategy actually work? Let me explain to you one by one. Number one, now we have a real-time monitoring. Now, JDXBOT algorithm continuously monitors the main account base available balance. So in this example, the base available balance is 200. Now, please understand, okay? If you want to change the main available balance, you can change. You can put 500. But while the bot is running, it will only basically detect 200. When the bot closes and next cycle starts, then only it will detect 500. Please understand that, okay? Now, so it will actually monitors the main account base available balance and automatically replenish it from sub-account with an amount equivalent to the total dollar cost average value. Now, this replenishment restores the available balance to the base available balance for optimal bot performance. Let me just explain this, make it simpler for you. Now, let's say, for example, your main futures account base available balance is 200. So now, when the bot starts, okay, the bot opens a position. Let's say, right, the market decides whether it's going up or going down, whether it's a breakout or whether it's a breakdown. Now, the moment the market starts to be volatile and it starts to either break out or break down, we will then start to initiate the dollar cost averaging. So let's say, right, for example, the first dollar cost averaging, it utilizes your main futures account, let's say $10. So what happens now? JDXBOT algorithm will check the main account, and now the information goes to the sub account and says that the main account is now been reduced by $10. So what happened? The sub account will replenish back the $10. Can you see that? That's how intelligent JDXBOT algorithm is. So the sub account will always make sure that the 200 is being replenished back so that the base available balance is always maintained at 200. Can you get me now? So this is a very, very important tactical strategy that we have embedded, because as long as your main available balance maintained, right, you don't have to worry about liquidation. You don't have to worry about the rest of the parameters and so on, because everything else will be taken care. All right. So this is important. Now, the second one, cycle and normalization. Now, once all the trading positions are fully closed, okay, the replenished funds are automatically returned to the sub account, preparing for the next trading cycle without requiring manual intervention. So, as I mentioned, right, the $10 now, once the bot closes in profit. So, when we say one cycle, means when the bot opens and the bot closes in profit is one cycle. All right, so when that cycle completes, all right, what will happen is that now that $10 will be returned back into the sub account automatically, and everything will be reset back as per normal. Can you get me? And then only the next cycle will start after 5 minutes. So during that 5 minutes gap, user can change the amounts. You can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. All right. Or even while the bot is running, you can actually top up. But make sure, okay, whatever amount in your main account, you must have 50% minimum of that in your sub account, or else your bot will not restart again. Okay, so just take note of that. Next week, Thursday, right, I will explain detail about the fund management, how the user can actually top up the fund or whatever. So, right, next week, I will be dealing with that because there are people wants to understand how that works. Okay, now next, we have a fallback protocol. Now, if the sub account lacks sufficient balance or replenishment, JDXBOT will switch to using the main account balance for the continued this year. Now, this is critical, but some users, right, when I say 50%, they put exactly 50%. And then what happened? Their sub account then depleted, right? Because sometimes, please understand, market can go against you. There is no guarantee in trading that because you think that this is the direction, it will follow you. No, sometimes there is manipulation. Suddenly, right? You think that price is going to go up and you bought up. Suddenly, everything crashing down because someone just manipulated the whole market. So this is important, right? So that's the reason why make sure you have more than enough. Just put might be 70% or 80% or 100% or even 200% in your sub account, because after all, the sub account is your money and the sub account actually regulate your main account. Okay, so but in the event your sub account is depleted, let's say, right, some people, they don't have extra fund, they only put 50%. So if your fund is depleted, you don't have to worry too, okay, because then we will switch to use your main account. You see that? We will switch to use your main account. So what will happen next is that if your main account start to reduce, okay, deplete and touches the 50% level, okay, so if you got 200 and once 100 is being utilized, now you have a balance of 100. That means now you only have 50% in your main account. You will receive a critical alert trigger email. All right. So in the event the main account balance drop to 50% of the highest available balance, a critical alert email will be sent to notify user to top up their sub account. All right. So this is important. Okay. So when you receive this email, we are sending this alert early at 50%. Why? So that you can start to prepare, okay, the fund for you to fund your sub account. Don't fund your main account. You fund your sub account because automatically the sub account will check your main account, and if your main account drop below 50%, it will automatically replenish, okay, and keep it above 50%. Now, as long as your fund is below 50%, every hour you will be receiving critical alert trigger to remind you. All right, so if you are not checking your email, that is your problem. All right, now please understand, okay, because at JDXBOT, we never promise you that you will never get liquidated. So if you don't adhere to the fund management and you don't care, even emails comes to you, then you can get liquidated. Please understand that. We never promise, okay, that you will not get liquidated. But we have all the risk management in place to protect you so that none of you get liquidated. Everything is there. Now, please understand, when you don't adhere to the critical alert, and let's say your balance is 50%. Now, if it further deplete, and it goes down, and start to deplete, you will receive a final warning margin call from BitGet itself. BitGet will send you an email to tell you that you are about to get liquidated. That is like a worst case scenario. And if that worst case scenario also you do nothing, high likely you will get liquidated. Okay, but so far we have not seen any of our JDXBOT users got liquidated unless otherwise they don't monitor or maintain their fund. Now please understand, right? Emails are there, everything is there. So you can't say that we never inform you. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so I hope now you understand what makes us different than any other bots outside there. Let me tell you something, guys. All the bots outside there are designed to follow the technical analysis, and now they even put AI and so on. All these are just BS. Okay, all these are just BS. Okay, it's just basically what we have here is just a tactical strategy, and it's all mathematics. That is it. There is no point to follow technical analysis because Bitcoin doesn't respect technical analysis. Bitcoin don't care. If Bitcoin decide to crash, it crashes. Bitcoin doesn't care. All right. So please understand that. So the way we do, the way how the algorithm is being designed is completely different because this is based on my 15 years experience being part of the crypto trading space. All right. So the way I do it is different. So that's the reason why the way how our bot react and the way how the bot works is different. All right. And you can check with anyone that you're going to join together. Okay. They can show you exactly what is really happening. All right. All right. Now, if you really need more insight, please watch the AMA session. Okay. Go to JDXBOT, YouTube channel. All right. So make sure you get those links and watch those information, right? Okay, great. I hope this is clear. Now, let's move on. So now, after hearing all these things, right, probably you are excited, right? Okay, what is the startup cost then, right? So let me just give you some indication about the startup cost. What are the elements that is involved, okay, in the costings and so on. Okay, number one. So as I mentioned, right, you need to first purchase the strategy plan. All right, so we have three strategies, as I mentioned to you. We got the USDT, we got USDC, we got BTC. So all these three, right? Each of them is $100. Now, if you purchase all the three, that's why we always advise our team, right? Purchase all the three strategy at once. You only have to pay 250 instead of 300. Now, please understand, okay? The reason why you need to purchase all the three because each of these assets may not run at the same time. Sometimes one of the bot closes, okay? And although the position is open, but you may see that the DCAs are different because the liquidity of each of these assets is also different. So please understand the behavior of the market, okay, for each of the assets is different. So sometimes you may not have the profit from Bitcoin because Bitcoin is not moving. You might have profit from USDT, right? Sometimes your USDC, it actually gives you more profit in the day compared to BTC and USDT because these are all about the volatility and the liquidity. So that's why it's always good to have more than one asset. So, okay. So now the second cost is the futures account. Remember, you need to fund your main futures account. All right. So the minimum for each of these strategy is 200. So if you have three strategies, it's going to be 600 minimum. All right. So I know that in our team, we do have people who actually have $1,000, who got $10,000. I even have users with $20,000, okay, in their futures, in their main accounts and so on. All right, because the more fun you have, definitely the more your earnings will be, okay, compared to the rest. All right, now, next, you also need to fund the sub accounts. As I mentioned to you, the standard is, or the minimum requirement is 50% of your main futures account. Okay, now, let me remind the team, okay, I do have people who, oh, Dr. John said 50%. So their main account is 200. Then they put the sub account exactly 100. Don't do that. Put more. Put about 5% or 10% more. Why? Because if you put exactly 100, if the value drop, because remember, okay, there is a volatility, or we call this like a slippage, right? Or volatility. Sometimes Bitcoin price can go down. When the price of Bitcoin goes down, it is no longer 100. It can be $98. It can be $95, right? And your bot didn't get activated because in our algorithm, we don't see a minimum of 50%. So why are you wasting your time losing that opportunity, not getting the bot activated? Just put a little bit more, right? 5% or 10%. After all, it is still your fund, okay? So please understand that, okay? All right. Now, the other last item is the strategy wallet. So this is where you have to make sure to allocate, okay, sufficient fund for the deduction of the 25%. Okay, 75% goes to you. 25% will be deducted from your strategy wallet, which is not in BitGet. Please understand, because we cannot touch your BitGet. Only you can control your BitGet. So in BitGet, you will earn 100%. Where is the 25% will be deducted? In your JDXBOT back office. You will have your own strategy wallet there. All right, please understand. So now make sure for the activation, there must be a minimum $30 for the bot activation. Thereafter, you have to maintain based on the profit that is being deducted. All right. So now let's quickly look into what is the cost. Okay. So if you have one strategy or you acquire one strategy, your total cost will be $430. If it is a two strategy, then your total cost, okay, to get started, this is a minimum, right? Minimum is 810. And as we always mention, if you go for all the three strategies, right? Instead of 300, you pay 250, all right? And the total cost around 1,200, 1,180, okay? But this is a minimum, right? Minimum. But if you say, oh, I want to come in with 3 and I want to do 1,000 each of my, it's up to you. But our subscription fees doesn't change. It's a flat fees for 1 year, all right? So you can enjoy this subscription for 1 year, all right? There is no changes to that. And this is the most, I will say, right, the most reasonable subscription fees ever, because a lot of the exchanges, they do provide you the bot, but they charge you a monthly fees. Some of them can even be $50 every month, $150 every month. But here we only give you a flat rate of $250. Okay, so you can fund as much you want, you can earn as much you want, you can recover your subscription fees in few days or few weeks or few months. Is up to you. Okay, all right. So this is basically just to give you, the scope of information on the initial startup so that you can make an informed decision, all right, to be part of JDXBOT. Okay. Now, the trading profit sharing is 75-25. It was previously 70-30. We have just changed it, and this will be valid until December. All right. So next year onwards, it will return back to 70-30. So do take advantage of the 25-75. But also please understand that the profit with the new strategy now is expected to be greater. All right. So that's the reason why when we change next year, you will not be affected too much, because users will still enjoy a much bigger profit. Okay. So take note of that. Okay. Now, the other thing, as I mentioned earlier, right, that we also basically give one of the highest referral commissions. Okay, so we have an unlimited lifetime 2 tiers referral program. All right, so you can actually enjoy a total of 30% on any purchases of the strategy and upon each renewal. All right, so level 1, you can enjoy 20%. So let's say, right, you introduce someone and they purchase a subscription of $250. So you will enjoy 20% of that, which is $50. Okay, isn't that awesome, right? So if you got 10 people, you already actually got $500. And you can withdraw instantly, and you can actually use that fund to fund your accounts and whatever, right? So this is a massive, okay, can be lucrative for those of you who wants to basically, build your referrals and so on. So take advantage of this, okay? And then you also got the level 2 of tier 2, which is another 10%. Now, please understand, okay? It's a lifetime. Lifetime means after that 12-month subscription, when they renew the subscription, you will also enjoy that 30% once again. Now, can you just imagine if every year you got 100 people renewing under you? It's just a huge bonus that you're going to enjoy, right, from that subscription alone, right? So take advantage, okay? How you want to take it, it's up to you, right? But this is what has been made available for our community, okay? All right. Now, so make your profitable move, okay? Those of you who have not been part of JDXBOT, make a profitable move. There's only simple 3 steps. You need to sign up with BitGet and also with JDXBOT. And then you need to connect your wallet. This is where you have to create your API with Bitget and then bind your API with JDXBOT and then make sure you fund all the different wallets. Once it is done, your bot will be activated and everything will be on autonomous. In case we notify your fund is not sufficient, your strategy wallet is insufficient, you will receive an email. That is it. If you don't check your email, it's your problem. All right, it's your problem. You can't tell us that, oh, I got no time. If you got no time, don't join this program. Simple as that. Okay, I do have people, oh, I updated in the Telegram, they don't read. I do AMA session, they don't join. I do Tuesday, they don't join. They don't join anything, but then they want to be part of a program. If you are not interested of your own investment, why you want to be part of such an investment, right? There's no point. So take interest of your own investment. Find out what are the new updates, okay? Find out what is going on. Don't just sit down there, oh, it's okay, everything is taken care, I don't have to do anything. I think that is a wrong attitude, okay? And then when things goes wrong, they come and blame me. Oh, Dr. John, now things goes wrong. Can you tell me everything about it once again? I already told you 3 months ago, but you did not listen, you did not, read, you did not, nothing, right? They don't even watch the YouTube. They don't join the AMA session, it's fine. But Saturday, Sunday, they are free. They don't even watch the AMA session, the recorded. I don't understand, right? So, if this is your attitude, I would advise you, okay, from the beginning, please don't join JDXBOT and don't join any other investment because you will never be successful with any investment if you don't take interest of those investments. Okay, simple, okay? I just be straightforward with you, right? There's no point to talk back, okay? Now, you may say, oh, there's a lot of things to do here. Don't worry, okay? There is a getting started resources. So if you log in into jdxbot.com, you will see getting started. So over there, right, the first two is the most important. Getting started checkpoints. There are 13 checkpoints. Okay, so what you need to do, print this list one by one. For each of the checkpoint, you got the guide here, getting started guide. So this is where you will get the step by step. So you go through one by one. And because you have been introduced by, someone, right? So that person will definitely be able to guide you, okay? So that's the reason why at the moment, we are only actually opening this for our private partners. And we are now managing close to about $150,000 asset under management, all right? So I foresee, right? When things goes well, it may even grow to $1 million. Just imagine, right? What will be the profit that our community is going to enjoy when we start to, manage more and more assets, right? I think that is what is going to be important, okay? All right. Now, let me quickly go through JDX Copy Master, but please understand, okay? As I mentioned to you, I'm just going to give you the info first, but it is not open yet, okay? At the moment, once it is open, we will actually let every one of you know, right? So, now, these are the important features, okay? Number one, it is 100% managed by master trader, by myself. Okay, so this is another product, all right? So you got JDXBOT. Now you also have the JDXBOT is an algo trading. JDX Copy Master is a copy trading, all right? So number two, you can start as low as 50. That's the difference, right? You can top up anytime to enjoy higher yield. So those of you who want to be involved with decentralized finance, you want to be involved with trading, and you don't want to risk too much of your fund, probably, you can start with $50. Those of you who are part of JDXBOT, remember, right? The subscription fees is $300. We give you a discount of $50, right? So you only pay $250. So this $50, you can actually use to immediately become part of the Copy Master. Isn't that awesome? Okay. All right. Now, zero subscription fees. Okay. No API configuration. So this is good for the novice, okay, the beginners, okay, because you don't have to do API, nothing, right? And it is 80-20 profit sharing, right? 80% goes to you, 20% comes to JDX Copy Master. There's a smart copy mode. Okay, this is where you will mirror all my trades, okay, in real time. Okay, please take note of that. And last but not least, there is also a copier center management, whereby if you have JDXBOT running in the futures, or you got another trading in the spot, you don't need to worry because your fund will not get mixed, because there is a copier center management where dedicated fund management is there to prevent disruption to your existing fund allocations and so on. Okay, I think this is awesome, right? And last but not least, same thing. Okay, you control your fund. Okay, 100%. So whatever that we are doing here, everything that we are doing, we want to make sure you have control of your fund, because we want you to have the peace of mind knowing that your fund is safe with you. Okay, so please understand that. All right, now let me quickly give you the comparison, right? A comparison table here between JDXBOT and the copy master, and then we will end the presentation. So as I mentioned, JDXBOT is an algo trading. Copy master is a copy trading. All right, both are using the same exchange, BitGet. For JDXBOT, you got an API, but for copy master, no API. All right. Now, JDXBOT is 100% autonomous. It's an autopilot, but for copy master, it's a manually managed by expert trader. Now, operation for JDXBOT 24/7, but for copy master is only 5 days per week. So we only open position 5 days per week. Weekend, you can have a floating position, but there won't be new position open. Right? Now, that's the difference, right? Because one is done by human, the other is done by the API, by the algorithm. Okay? Now, startup cost moderate to high, but for copy master, it is low. It's only $50. The asset that we trade for JDXBOT, 3 assets, right? USDT, USDC, and BTC. So you earn 3 assets. But over here, you only earn 1 asset, which is USDT. Okay, so all the pairs are paired to USDT. All right? Profit sharing 75-25. Over here is 80-20. All right. Now, this is 2 important things I want to remind the team before I end the presentation. Number 1, JD Wealth Maker through JDXBOT and the copy master never promise any fixed return. We never promise any fixed ROI, and this is not an MLM program. Okay. So if you are here and you want a fixed return, you are in the wrong place. Go and find other platform. Okay? Because it's a real trading. So whatever that the bot closes, okay, if the bot closes today with 5%, you take the 5%. No one controls you. In MLM, they will tell you you can only make up to 1%. But here, no. Okay? So if you earn 10%, it's up to you. All right? Now, next is, please understand, okay, when come to futures, cross margin, when come to futures trading, the risk is very, very high. Okay, you can get liquidated. So if you don't follow the fund management, instructions and so on, you can get liquidated. Okay, but all the risk management is there so that you won't get liquidated. But sometimes users don't manage the fund. That is the only thing, right? So please understand there are 2 things that we never promise. Number 1, we never promise a fixed return. Number 2, we never promise that you will not get liquidated. Okay? So if you get liquidated, please don't come to me, send me emails. You know, oh, Dr. John, can you? No, nothing. You better understand everything before you join. Okay? So, and we don't give you any fixed ROI. So, if for 1 week you don't see any return, God bless you. Okay, and suddenly the next day you see a 10% return, God bless you too. Okay, so please make sure, okay, everyone must understand these are important disclaimers. These are very important, straightforward, instruction I'm giving to the community before you become part of. I don't want anyone come in and suddenly you discovered, but it was never mentioned, right? I think that is wrong. That's why we want to be honorable. I'm mentioning to you everything clearly, so that you know everything, and please, okay, make sure that you reach out to the person who have actually invited you or introduced you. Make sure you get all the clarification that is needed before you become part of JD Wealth Maker opportunity, right? Okay, I hope that is clear, right? That is clear. So, any one of you have any questions, anything that you want to clarify about these 2 products that is offered by JDXBOT, you can either put in the chat room or you can even raise hand. There is an icon at the bottom, right? Raise hand icon, so you can raise your hand and I can actually address any questions that you have. Or if you have any comments, you want to give some inputs based on your experience with the new strategies or whatever, right? Please do so. Okay, that would be great to hear from you guys. Okay, anyone? Where is my brother? My brother is here. Yes, my professor is here. Yes, Obong, are you there? Let me see, Obong. Yes, Obong is there. Yes. Come on, bot. Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
Dr. Jerry, confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you, but before that, guys, I want to take this special privilege, okay, to wish our brother blessed birthday. Okay, today is his birthday, all right? It is birthday.
Thank you so much.
And you know what? The team at the offshore actually celebrated his birthday. They cut the cake. They sang a birthday song for him. I think that is awesome, right? So, thank you. We want to wish you a blessed birthday. He has been with me for the past 6 years, guys. Just imagine, right? It's not easy to be with me, and this guy is able, okay, to be with me. And not only that, this year, right? I think last month he was actually been promoted to become a professor, right? Because he got his PhD and so on. So now he's not just engineer Moses, right? He's also Professor Engineer Obong Moses. Okay, so just take note of that, guys. So today is his birthday. I want to wish him, and I hope that the community will wish him. Really appreciate your friendship, your partnership throughout the 6 years. Now, guys, do you know why I'm doing this? Because today you might not have JDXBOT if it's not because of him. Okay, you will never have JDXBOT if it's not because of him. Okay, because he is working in the offshore and he always tell me, Dr. John, please do it automate. Please automate, right? So that's why you have the JDXBOT, which is automated today, right? So some people really, challenge us, motivate us. So one of them is actually Moses. Okay. Yes, Moses, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. JD and the team, global team. I really appreciate the birthday messages. Just like you said, I was really shocked this morning when my team celebrated me after the morning safety meeting. I was really shocked. Just thank God that I'm alive. I really appreciate what you are doing. Like I always say, please, no distraction. Keep doing what you are doing. We here will support you. You know, me, I'm the happiest person with this board. I've not seen where we have any trade that we have 100% win rate. I've not seen yet. We've been together for 6 years now. We did better testing up till now that we now have 100% win rate. So on both long and short trade. So you've always been telling us 3P: patience, passion, and practice, and we've seen it. We've seen it happening, especially patience until we got this 100% win rate. So I'm the happiest person, which you know, because my phone, I'm in charge of my phone. You know, so I wouldn't want, like I told you, people are coming with different. Come and get 200%. As far as I'm concerned, those are Ponzi schemes. So, but this is real trading. It can float for 1 day, 2 days, but once it closes, you know, you have 100% win rate, no losses. So we really appreciate what you are doing, and we really want you to continue what you are doing, empowering ordinary people to generate extraordinary income is not easy. So keep doing what you're doing. We here in Nigeria will do everything possible we can to support what you are doing, because you are honest, transparent, you know, and dependable for 6 years now that I've known you. So I can recommend you to anybody. So we really appreciate what you are doing. Keep doing it. The sky is our limit for all the partners, global partners that are using JDXBOT. Like I always advise, for us that are working offshore that we don't have time, the best is you have sub account 100%. If you have $100 on the main account, also put $100 on the sub account, so that you just forget, you know, the bot is going to do its job. Same on the JDS Copy Master. Same applies for me. That is what I'm doing. So and for the JDS Copy Master, we shouldn't forget to enable the top up, and also the daily withdrawal, so that the BitGet can withdraw to your spot. So we really appreciate. Personally, I'm really happy what you are doing. Please keep doing what you are doing. No distraction, team. Let's give him all the support that he needs. God bless you and your family, Dr. JD. Really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much. Professor Obong, thank you so much. Truly appreciate that. Yeah, you can see, right? This is the reason why, right? We are doing what we are doing because of the encouragement, of the continuous, kind words that is coming from the team. I think this is what makes JD Wealth Maker community unique than many other platforms or community outside there, right? Because these are the kind of encouragement we need. Can you just imagine, right? We started the beta testing in November 2023. Those of you who were there, you would have remembered what happened, right? And we stayed through, okay? It is now 2025, okay? So it is not easy, okay? When come to algorithm or bot trading, it's not easy because we have seen market. Come on, guys. We have been there when Bitcoin was like 15,000, 20,000. Now it's 124,000. So that means that we have seen the whole spectrum from bottom to top, top to bottom. And yet, right, JDXBOT have not liquidated anyone. All right. I think that itself is a grace of God upon our life and upon, each and every one of us, right? I think because as I mentioned, right, safeguarding the capital is priority number one. Profitability is the second, okay? If the positions are safeguarded, capital of our partners are safeguarded, profit is not a big deal. It will come, okay? But imagine if all your capital is liquidated, right? That is the worst things can happen, right? So we are doing our best, all right? We are doing our very best to make sure that strategy-wise, okay, based on the strategy-wise, everyone's capitals are protected. That has been happening so far. The new strategy been working well, and the beauty about the new strategy is it finally fulfills my desire, right? Because I want 100% win rate. Okay, I don't settle for 50. I don't settle for 70. People may say that I'm crazy. How can you get 100% win rate? We have already proven it with a new strategy that it is possible as long as you have the patience to wait. Okay, so it can happen, right? Okay, great. So yeah, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Anyone else? That you would like to add, or you would like to ask me any questions, any clarification? You can do so right before we adjourn the meeting. Anyone? Okay, no. All right. So if no, then no worries, guys. I hope the presentation is clear. There is not much changes. Everything is intact in terms of the presentation. But if you want to understand in depth of the strategy, then you have to watch the AMA session, because during the AMA session is where we cover the technical aspects of it. Okay. So this week, no AMA session. AMA session is alternate, the first week and the third week. So means I will see you next week. And next week, I want to explain to you about the funding. Right. So if you want to top up your account, how that happened, whether if you top up suddenly, immediately, it will be recognized, it will be recognized in the next cycle. So I'm going to explain all that so that you understand exactly if you want to top up your accounts and so on. And also we have different timing the bot is being activated. So I'm going to share with you the timing. I'm going to share with you when can you top up, what you can do. If let's say, for example, right, during that 5 minutes, you decided that, okay, I want to exit. I want to take all my fund. You can remove all your fund. You can remove all your fund. You can use your fund for whatever for the next 1 week. And then you say, okay, now I want to reactivate my bot. You just have to fund back again based on the requirement. Our algorithm will detect, oh, there is a fund. Now your bot will start. Isn't that awesome, right? So that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. So that's why I tell you, right? You have 100% control of your fund. But Don't do that when you have an open position. Don't remove your fund when you have an open position. Then you get liquidated. That is your headache. Don't come and tell me that you got liquidated, because we will know if you manually remove your fund when the position is running. Right? So you need to have the patience, wait until the positions are closed in profit. Once it is closed, then you can do whatever, because we are giving you that 5 minutes gap. Okay, so please take note of that. Okay, so these are some of the insight I will be sharing in the coming session. And I think I'm not so sure, guys. I will see whether I want to make sure the team is ready before I share opportunity for you to earn XRP or some other, some other assets and so on, right? I'm going to explain to you, but please understand, whatever I introduce to the team, I will justify. Okay, I will show you, right? One of the important things you need to know is that diminishing return. Please understand that. So a lot of the people are seeing Bitcoin price going up and they now want to invest into Bitcoin. Probably you are making the biggest mistake, because there is a diminishing return when it comes to Bitcoin. There's a diminishing return when it comes to Ethereum. All right. But there are other assets that has not yet fully potentially break up yet that you can take advantage. You see that? So you need to know, okay? You need to know what to do at the right time. Okay, so that will be awesome. But this is what we are trying to, lay everything properly. Okay, because now we have JDXBOT, JDX Copy Master. So once you start to earn, or maybe we will have another solution. Once you start to earn crypto, you want to spend, now you got the debit card. So all that you need to do, you transfer some USDT to your debit card, and countries that has the weakest currency, God bless you. Cash is king. If your country currency is the weakest, just imagine having USDT in your card. You have the spending power compared to any other citizen in your own nation. Okay, $1, let's say it's about what? 3.8 kina or 4 kina. Come on, guys. You have the highest spending power compared to earning kina. You are earning USDT. All right. So that's the power of it. Can you see that? That is what we call purchasing power. Okay. So please understand that. See, the world system or the world currency works on depleting or removing your purchasing power so that you become powerless. So your currency, the weaker your currency get, the more powerless you become in your own nation. But what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency do is that it restores your purchasing power. So that now you have the power over mammon. You have the power over your own fiat currency. You see that? So that's why a lot of these countries, right, they keep their currency weaker and weaker, because the elites and the politician can control the people. But imagine if you can now earn crypto and you have USDT in your debit card, you can become more powerful because now you have the purchasing power. So the devil's tactic, the devil's strategy is to destroy your power. But God's strategy is to restore back the power. You must understand that. Because please understand, money is war. Financial is war. If you don't see from a perspective of war and you think it's normal, you are going to be dead. All right? That's why any family who has a financial difficulties, they are defeated. All right? Because you don't have the purchasing power. So the only way God can restore back that power, you need to know higher power, right? The higher power is always USDT, right? US dollar, right? Same. USDT, US dollar is the same. So if you are earning US dollar, if you're earning Bitcoin, you convert to US dollar. You're earning XRP, you convert to US dollar. You are earning USDC, you can convert to USDT, right? So imagine you take $10 and put into your card. That $10 is equivalent to 40 kina. You can do so much of things in your country, right? Come on, guys. This is how powerful it is. Okay, so that's why people don't understand, right? People don't understand about money because they don't see from the perspective. That's why fiat is inflationary. Why it is inflationary? When it becomes inflationary, your purchasing power is taken away from you. But crypto, especially Bitcoin, is deflationary. It restores back your purchasing power. You see that? So now you know, right? This is the war between purchasing power, okay, and a war between the purchasing power. Actually, it's all about power, guys. Okay, so please understand that. Okay, so these are the things you don't hear from anywhere else. People are talking about cryptos, but they don't really realize that. All right, but if you can restore back your power, your life will change, your family will change, your community will change, everything around you will change. Imagine if you have bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, all right, and let's say you have 10 Bitcoin now in your wallet, or you as a family, or you as a community, what would have happened to your community today with 10 Bitcoin? You just imagine that. Okay, so just imagine that, right? So this is the power. Now, your community will be more powerful, and you can call the shot in your own province or in your own circle of community, because you have the money. Am I right? So if you don't have the money, you don't have the power. But when you have the money, you have the power. You call the shot. Even elites, politicians will listen to you because you have the money. You see that? So that's how it works in the world system, guys. So don't undermine the world system. People, sometimes you can be smart. You can have all the education. People will still not listen to you. But you can be a fool you can be a fool, but you have all the money and you are rich, they will listen to you. Am I right? Can you understand me? So it's not about education. Education doesn't change you. Nobody bothers about your degrees, whatever, right? Because at the end of it, you can have education without money. People will still not listen to you. Okay, so please be very careful. Okay, this is how the world works. Okay, so you need to know how the world works, how the system works, and you need to focus on restoring your purchasing power. That's the most important thing. So while everything is crumbling around you, prices are coming down. If you have the purchasing power, you are king. You will be laughing while everyone is crying, right? Because you are the only one earning USDT in your country. God bless you. If this is what you can strategize it in this way, that is it. God bless you. All right. Let me tell you, this is going to transform. Everyone is connected with JD Wealthmaker. This is what we want to do, right? So we need to strategize as a community how we want to empower our community, so that, just imagine if you can make 20% a month from JDXBOT, and that 20% you can convert to USDT, and you can use the card and you can spend. Wow, that is powerful. You see that? That is awesome, right? So this is how we should be thinking, guys. So change the way we think, right? It is all about power. Okay, that's why the world is actually doing everything possible to eliminate your purchasing power by eliminating or by weakening the currency. So when your currency weakens, everyone is weakened in the nation. Can you see that? Your nation is not respected because your currency is the weakest. Why is the US is respected? Because their currency is the strongest. Am I right? So that is the comparison. Why Singapore is so respected? Because their currency is considered the strongest. Why is your country is not respected? Because your currency is the weakest. Okay, but as a citizen, you can take advantage of the weakness of the currency by earning US dollars. So now you are 4 times powerful than the rest, right? Can you see that? A dollar is 4 kina. All right, you just imagine you have 4 times power to spend a dollar. You can spend 4 times, and your friends are working day and night, 2 or 3 jobs just to earn that 4 kina that you are doing it with 1. Can you see that? They have to put 4 times effort, but you are putting in 1 time effort. Can you see that? You are joining a Zoom to learn how to make money. They have to work 24 hours and they have to look for at least 3 jobs a day in order to survive in their own country. Can you just imagine that, right? So this is what we need to do, right? So our job is to empower these ordinary people and teach them so that they too can be powered. You see that? That is what we want to do, right? So to do that, you need to experiment it on yourself. Get the card, do everything possible, right? Go and get the card, and try to transfer some USDT, go and spend. Take a video, put it into TikTok, put it into and go viral. Let everybody know. Can you imagine what can happen, right? That's going to be crazy, guys. So that's how you make things viral, okay? So once 1% knows, 2% knows, 3% knows, 10%, it will start to grow like wildfire, right? And you will become like a leader there in your own country, in your own province, to teach people what to do. So if you are a leader, a country leader, right, you can appoint your sub leaders, right? Okay, you take care of these places, you take care. So everyone grows. Everyone will be enjoying the benefits, right? So that's how we work. That's how we need to strategize, you know, as a strategies of networkers, okay, as a strategies of entrepreneurs, okay. Look at it from entrepreneur business perspective, and also look at it from the perspective of empowering the people, okay. That's the most. So don't exploit anyone, okay. Don't exploit anyone, but let's empower everyone, okay. That is the most important, okay. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Truly appreciate it. I'll catch up with you next week for the business presentation, and also next week we will have the AMA session. We have all the groups there. If there's anything, just communicate in the group. God bless you all. All right, we will catch up again. Let me see if I can unmute you guys. Okay, you are unmuted. God bless you all. Take care.
Thank you, Dr. JD.
Thank you.
Have a lovely week.
God bless you.
Dr. JD. Thank you. Thank you. God bless.
God
Dr.
bless you.
JD. God bless. Thank you.
Take care.